At 64 years old, I never imagined I would have to fight the person I loved most, my own son. For years, I believed Terrence was still the sweet little boy who held my hand and promised he would always protect me. I never expected that one day he would stand silently while his wife, Lennox, hurt me. It all started when I discovered the truth about the house I had helped them buy. Years earlier, I had loaned Terrence and Lennox $40,000 to help them financially. We signed a legal agreement, and the loan was secured against their property. I trusted them because they were family, but after inheriting a large amount of money, they changed. Lennox began spending recklessly: expensive jewelry, luxury trips, designer clothes, and endless shopping. Within months, hundreds of thousands of dollars disappeared. Then one day, they sold their house without paying back the money they owed me. When I confronted them, I expected an apology. Instead, Lennox screamed at me and slapped me in front of my neighbors. The worst part wasn't the pain on my face. It was seeing my son standing there, doing nothing. That night, I realized I couldn't keep protecting people who refused to respect me. The next morning, I went to see my attorney, James Crawford. After hearing everything, he revealed something that changed everything. The loan agreement I had signed years ago was legally binding. By selling the house without paying me back, Terrence and Lennox had broken the law. For the first time in weeks, I felt something I thought I had lost forever: hope. I filed a lawsuit against both of them. When Terrence found out, he called me, shocked. "Mom, we're family. How could you do this?" I took a deep breath and replied, "That's exactly why this hurts more. A stranger couldn't have betrayed me this deeply." I told him I loved him, but love didn't mean allowing someone to steal from me or hurt me. A few days later, my lawyer discovered the truth about Lennox. She had done this before. Before marrying my son, she had been involved with other men and had a history of financial manipulation. The luxury boutique she claimed to invest in didn't even exist. The money had simply disappeared. But the biggest shock was yet to come. Lennox had been having an affair with a wealthy married man for months. She had been using Terrence's money to fund her secret lifestyle. When I told Terrence the truth, his world collapsed. At first, he refused to believe me. But when my attorney showed him the evidence, he finally saw what had been happening. For years, Lennox had controlled him, lied to him, and used him. Terrence came to my lawyer's office looking broken. "Mom, I'm sorry," he said. "I should have protected you. I chose the wrong person over my own mother. For the first time in months, I saw my real son again." He refused to fight the lawsuit. Instead, he promised to repay every dollar. He also filed for divorce. But Lennox wasn't ready to lose control. 3 days later, she appeared at my house screaming, blaming me for destroying her marriage. She demanded that I forgive her and help her again. But I remembered everything: the stolen money, the lies, and the pain. I called the police. This time I wasn't afraid. Before the court hearing, Lennox tried one final trick. She threatened to expose secrets about Terrence. And she had something. Terrence admitted he had made financial mistakes years ago, including falsifying documents. Lennox had kept proof, planning to use it against him if he ever left her. But instead of hiding, Terrence chose honesty. He confessed everything and worked with our lawyer to fix his mistakes. In court, Lennox tried to present herself as the victim, but the evidence told another story. The judge heard about the unpaid loan, the illegal house sale, the assault, the missing money, and the affair. The truth finally came out. The judge ruled in my favor. Lennox was ordered to repay the money, and the case was referred for further investigation because of possible fraud. Walking out of that courtroom, I realized something important. Justice wasn't about revenge. It was about proving that kindness does not mean weakness. Months later, Terrence was rebuilding his life. He worked hard, paid me back little by little, and became the man I always knew he could be. As for Lennox, she faced the consequences of her choices. A year later, I moved to a peaceful retirement community. I spent my days gardening, reading, and enjoying the quiet life I thought I had lost forever. One evening, a young woman came to my door. Her name was Jennifer. She told me she was Lennox's sister. "She's doing it again," Jennifer said. "She's manipulating another family." I invited her inside and shared my story. I told her the lesson I had learned. You cannot save someone who refuses to change, but you can protect yourself. You can stand up, and you can choose yourself. At 64 years old, I thought my life was over. Instead, I discovered my greatest strength. Sometimes the hardest battles are the ones we never wanted to fight. But when someone mistakes your kindness for weakness, you have to remind them that even the gentlest hearts can fight back.